A woman's true. Feelings are hidden in the subtleties. Are you paying attention? Ever caught yourself wondering if you truly matter to her, or if you're just another name in her contact list? It can be confusing, even frustrating, when her signals seem cryptic. But today, we're diving deep into the hidden gestures a woman only shares with someone she genuinely values. By the end of this video, you won't have to guess anymore. You'll know. Welcome to Win Stoic. Let's break it down. 1. She opens up about her vulnerabilities. When a woman starts revealing her fears, insecurities, or past struggles, it's one of the clearest signs that you're more than just another person in her life. Vulnerability isn't something most people share lightly, especially women, who often feel societal pressure to appear strong and independent. By trusting you with her deepest thoughts, she's signaling that she sees you as someone safe, someone who won't judge or hurt her. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. And that's exactly what she's doing, choosing to let you in. What this means for your relationship. When she shares her personal struggles, she's inviting you to be a part of her world in a way that most people never get to be. This is an opportunity to show your own strength, not by fixing everything, but by being a steady, understanding presence. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in how we handle challenges. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her vulnerabilities might seem like obstacles at first, problems you feel compelled to solve. But in reality, they are the gateway to a deeper connection. She's not looking for quick solutions. She's looking for someone who listens, who gets her, who stays steady when emotions run high. The high-value man's response. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the fast-paced, surface-level connections. Swipe left, swipe right, a few texts, and then on to the next. But if you truly want something real, you have to be willing to go deeper. If she shares her vulnerabilities with you, she's already decided that you're worth it. Now, it's up to you to show that you value that trust. True strength isn't about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. When you listen without judgment, without rushing to fix things, and without downplaying her emotions, you show her that you're a man of depth, patience, and understanding. So the next time she opens up, don't take it lightly. This is her way of inviting you into a more intimate part of her life, and how you respond will define the depth of your relationship. Be the calm in her storm, the steady ground. She can rely on moving forward. Remember this. True strength isn't about dominance, it's about presence. Be the unwavering force in her life, the steady ground she can lean on when everything else feels uncertain. This isn't just about romance, it's about human connection, one of the greatest sources of Stoic happiness. By embracing this role, you're not only helping her feel secure, but you're also embodying the core principles of Stoicism in today's world. Show her she matters, not with flashy gestures or empty promises, but by being the man who remains steady when things get tough. Because in the end, that's what truly sets a high-value man apart. So, do you want to be that kind of man? If yes, drop a "I want" in the comments and step into the world of high-value men. 2. She shares her dreams and aspirations with you. When a woman opens up about her dreams, it's not just small talk, it's personal. Whether she's speaking about career goals, travel plans, or personal ambitions, she's letting you in on something deeply meaningful. By sharing these aspirations, she's signaling that your presence matters to her. She's not just talking about her life, she's inviting you into her vision for the future. And if you listen closely, you might catch something even more telling, a subtle shift in language. She may start moving from "I want to" "we could," a sign that she's no longer thinking of the future in just individual terms. Instead, she's beginning to picture a journey where you're beside her. This isn't something she does with just anyone. It's a clear sign that she sees you as someone special, recognizing the moment that changes everything. A story comes to mind about a friend of mine. He had been dating someone for a few months, and at first, their conversations were light: work, hobbies, everyday life. But then one evening, she shared something deeper. She talked about her dream of starting her own business, how she imagined balancing her career with family, and what kind of life she wanted to build. And then she said something that changed everything. We could travel the world together after we've built a solid foundation. That was the moment he realized she wasn't just talking about her path anymore. She was thinking about their path. She was inviting him into a shared vision of the future. That subtle shift in words, I to we, wasn't accidental. It was a sign that she saw him as someone she could build a life with. The Stoic mindset, pay attention or miss the moment. This is where the Stoic mindset becomes crucial for high-value men. It's about being present in these moments, recognizing when someone is opening up to you and responding with intention. It's easy to be so focused on your own goals that you miss the invitations right in front of you. Have you ever looked back on a conversation and realized, too late, that someone was giving you a sign and you just didn't see it? A high-value man doesn't just hear, he listens. When a woman includes you in her dreams, it's a powerful message. She's saying that you matter enough to be part of her future. So the next time she shares her aspirations, don't just nod along, engage. Ask questions, show her that you're invested in her vision. Are you truly paying attention when someone opens up about their future? Or are you too caught up in your own journey to recognize the invitation being extended to you? The lesson is simple. When a woman shares her dreams with you, listen, because she's telling you that you're already part of them. Building a shared vision takes time and presence. Deep connections aren't built overnight. They require patience, trust, and the ability to be truly present. When you take the time to understand someone on a deeper level, you're not just fostering a relationship, you're embodying the Stoic mindset, balancing personal strength with genuine emotional depth. This is what the Win Stoic approach to life is all about: being strong, composed, and deeply connected to those who matter. 3. She shares her family. Dynamics with you. When a woman opens up about her family, it's more than just small talk. It's a window into her world. Family relationships are layered with emotions, history, and personal challenges. If she trusts you enough to share details about her upbringing, childhood experiences, or even complicated family dynamics, you hold a special place in her life. Think about it. These aren't things she shares with just anyone. By letting you in on the deeper aspects of her family life, she's revealing the roots of her personality, values, and even insecurities. This goes beyond surface-level attraction. She's trusting you with something personal, something real. Trust, a Stoic. Perspective. In Stoicism, trust is earned, not given lightly. When she confides in you, she's offering a piece of herself that's deeply personal. And trust, once given, must be handled with care. Sharing family secrets or sensitive personal history is a form of vulnerability, and as Epictetus wisely put it, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is where your role becomes clear. Your job is not just to hear, but to truly listen. Listening isn't passive, it's an action, a way to show her that she's safe with you. When you respond with patience and understanding, you solidify the bond of trust she's beginning to build. What it means when she invites you into her inner circle. If she goes a step further and invites you to a family gathering, take it seriously. It might seem like just another event, but in reality, it's her way of integrating you into her world. Family events aren't for just anyone. They're for people she trusts, people she sees as worthy of meeting those who shaped her life. This isn't about formality, it's about connection. Whether you're friends or something more, this invitation signals that she's serious about having you in her life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This wisdom reminds us that relationships aren't built on impulsive emotions, but on deep, reflective understanding. She's showing you her family, the good, the bad, and everything in between, and in doing so, she's asking you to be patient, non-judgmental, and open-minded. Why did she choose to confide in you? This isn't a coincidence. If she trusts you with her personal history, it means she sees something in you that aligns with Stoic principles: strength, composure, and emotional control. Maybe you've already shown her that you don't get easily rattled, or that you value depth over small talk. Perhaps, without even realizing it, you've become a safe space for her, a place where she can be her authentic self without fear of judgment. In a world filled with shallow, fleeting interactions, her decision to let you in speaks volumes. So the real question is, are you ready to handle that kind of trust? Because when a woman shares her family dynamics with you, she's not just telling a story, she's inviting you into a deeper, more meaningful connection. Beyond the surface, what it means when she shares the complex parts of her life. Anyone can talk about hobbies, favorite movies, or weekend plans. But when a woman opens up about the less than perfect aspects of her family life, the deep, intricate, and sometimes painful details, it means she's looking for more than just a casual connection. This is a level of intimacy that goes beyond surface conversations. She sees something in you that makes her feel safe enough to share her world. And this is where Stoicism comes in once again. What is Stoicism, if not the art of maintaining emotional balance, even in the face of intensity? By staying grounded when she shares her vulnerabilities, you're embodying one of the most powerful Stoic principles, offering emotional stability not just for yourself, but for those who trust you. The true meaning of trust. The next time she tells you about a tough conversation with her parents or a childhood memory that shaped her, realize that she's not just making conversation, she's entrusting you with a piece of herself that not everyone gets to see. And here's where a simple shift in how you respond can make all the difference. Instead of offering advice or trying to fix things, just listen, be present. Ask yourself, what does it take for someone to feel safe enough to share their most personal stories? This isn't just a question for you to reflect on, it's something you should be mindful of as you navigate this connection with her. Because when a woman shares her family dynamics, she's inviting you into a part of her world that's reserved for the people she values most. Are you the kind of man who's ready to handle that trust? More importantly, are you willing to rise to the occasion and be the steady, understanding presence she needs? Stoic philosophy teaches us that the strongest relationships are built on trust and respect, not grand gestures or shallow words. When she confides in you, she's not looking for quick solutions. She's looking for someone who truly understands her. If you can offer her that, you won't just be another guy in her life. You'll be someone who stands out, someone she can rely on in a way that truly matters. That's what it means to be a Stoic, high-value man, steadfast, reliable, and wise in your interactions. So ask yourself, will you embrace this role and prove yourself worthy of that trust? Or will you let the moment pass by? If you're ready to step up, comment 1 below. If you're unsure, comment 2, because confidence is key. The little details, why, her, daily minutiae, matters. It might seem trivial when she tells you about the coffee she spilled this morning, the weird thing her coworker said, or the song stuck in her head, But don't dismiss it as random chatter. This actually means something important. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If she's constantly sharing these little moments with you, it's because you're on her mind. She's weaving you into the fabric of her everyday life, subtly, but undeniably. When someone includes you in the small, seemingly insignificant details of their world, it's a sign that you hold a special place in their heart. This kind of communication might seem unremarkable at first glance, but beneath the surface, it's deeply meaningful. It's a habit, one she's forming consciously or unconsciously to keep you close. Why this matters in Stoicism and relationships. As men striving to be high value and adopting Stoic principles, it's crucial to recognize and appreciate the deeper meaning behind these interactions. It's not about what she shares, it's about why she's sharing it with you. In Stoicism, we learn that true happiness isn't found in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent actions that build meaningful relationships. Epicurus once taught that happiness lies in our ability to be fully present and appreciate the moment without always seeking something bigger, flashier, or more extravagant. In a world full of distractions and fleeting connections, the fact that she chooses to share her daily minutiae with you is a quiet but powerful sign of trust and intimacy. If you understand that, you'll recognize what truly sets you apart as a high-value man. The little things that mean so much. When a woman shares the small, seemingly insignificant details of her day with you, whether it's the coffee she spilled, an odd remark from a co-worker, or the song stuck in her head, she's subtly pulling you into her world. Instead of brushing off these little moments, see them for what they really are. Tiny windows she's choosing to open just for you. In her own way, she's saying, "You're not just a passing thought, you're a constant presence in my life." Think about it. We don't share our daily minutiae with just anyone. In the chaos of life, people reserve these details for those they truly care about. It takes effort to recall and retell the small moments of the day, and if she's doing that with you, it's a sign of genuine affection. How a Stoic man responds. A high-value man, one who embodies Stoic wisdom, doesn't need grand gestures to impress her. Instead, he understands that deep connections are built through presence, attentiveness, and appreciation for the little things. So the next time she texts you about something seemingly trivial, don't overlook its significance. Respond not just to the words, but to the intention behind them. By doing so, you reinforce the bond she's already forming with you. In today's fast-paced world where genuine connections are rare, her consistent sharing means something powerful. She trusts you, she values you, and she wants to keep you close. And that, at its core, is what makes a relationship meaningful, not fleeting attraction, but a foundation built on trust, respect, and understanding. So when she lets you into her everyday moments, embrace it. It's her way of making space for you in her life. 5. The power of unfiltered thoughts. When a woman starts sharing her unfiltered thoughts, the quirky, offbeat observations she'd usually keep to herself, it's not random. It's a sign that you're special to her. Think about it. Most people filter what they say, especially when it comes to their deeper thoughts, whether it's a weird dream she had, a strong opinion on a popular movie, or a random existential question. She's revealing a part of herself that most people never get to see. Why? Because she trusts you. She's not afraid of being judged. She's confident that you'll accept her exactly as she is, quirks and all. Why this matters in a Stoic relationship. Now take a moment to reflect. How many times have you censored yourself to fit in? How often do people hide their real thoughts out of fear of judgment? We all do it. That's what makes it so rare and valuable when someone feels safe enough to share their raw, unpolished thoughts with you. This is where the Stoic mindset comes into play. A high-value man doesn't judge. He listens, understands, and creates a space where people feel safe to be their true selves. Because true confidence isn't about overpowering a conversation. It's about being steady, open, and accepting. The coffee shop test. Imagine this. You're at a coffee shop with a woman you've been seeing for a few weeks. Out of nowhere, she tells you about a bizarre dream she had, one where she was running a zoo filled with invisible animals. Or maybe she goes on a passionate rant about how she thinks a critically acclaimed movie is totally overrated. It might seem random, but this is her authentic self peeking through. She's testing the waters, seeing if you'll still respect her when she's not carefully curating her words. How a Stoic man responds. Do you dismiss it as nonsense, or do you lean in with genuine interest? If you choose the latter, you're showing her that she can be real with you, that she doesn't need to wear a mask. That kind of emotional security is rare, and it's powerful, because when a woman feels safe enough to be herself, to say the unfiltered things, to reveal the quirks she usually hides, she's letting you into her inner world. And that's not something she does for just anyone. Your move, the question is, how do you respond when someone trusts you with their unfiltered thoughts? Do you brush them off, missing the depth behind them? Or do you recognize the deeper connection being offered and rise to the occasion? A Stoic, high-value man sees these moments for what they are, an invitation into something real. So the next time she shares a thought that seems offbeat or random, don't just hear it, listen. Because in that moment, she's showing you who she really is. And your response? That will tell her who you really are too. Patience, acceptance, and the power of emotional stability. A true win in relationships isn't about flashy displays of confidence or charm. It's about creating a space where she feels truly valued and accepted. That's what sets you apart. Your ability to offer emotional stability in an often unstable world is what makes a difference. When she shares her most unfiltered thoughts with you, she's doing more than just talking. She's trusting you with a piece of who she really is. But here's the key. Trust isn't something given freely. It's something you nurture. Will you create a space where she feels safe enough to be her true self? Will you embody Stoic principles, staying grounded, listening without judgment, and accepting her for who she is? If you do, you won't just build a stronger connection with her. You'll strengthen your own sense of self and purpose. Because at its core, the Stoic path isn't just about personal power. It's about mastering the art of creating meaningful relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual growth. Do you agree? If so, comment, yes, I agree. If not, comment, I have a different opinion. 6. Her personal space, more than just a place. When a woman invites you into her personal space, she's offering more than just access to a room. She's letting you into her world. This could be her apartment, her bedroom, or even a place from her past, like her childhood home. These spaces aren't just locations, they're deeply personal reflections of who she is. Every object, every decoration carries a story. By bringing you into these spaces, she's doing more than making physical room for you. She's making emotional room for you too, and that sends a powerful message. You matter enough to be here. How she acts in her space says everything. More revealing than the invitation itself is how she behaves once you're inside her space. Does she seem relaxed, unfiltered, at ease? Is she comfortable enough to be her real self without putting up a front? If the answer is yes, it means one thing: she trusts you. And in any deep connection, trust is the foundation. Stoic wisdom. What this really means. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If her thoughts around you are peaceful and untroubled, it's a strong sign that you mean something significant to her. This isn't just about being in her home, it's about being inside her comfort zone. The story, her space, tells her personal space also reveals a lot about who she is. Look around, not just at the walls but at the details, the books she reads, the photos she keeps close, the small things she treasures. Each of these things tells a story about her past, her passions, and what makes her feel at home. By being observant, you can learn more about her than words could ever tell you. This is Stoicism in action, the art of deep understanding through quiet reflection. Seneca, another great Stoic, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." If you can appreciate the subtleties of what she shares, you'll realize that true wealth isn't found in material things. It's found in the deep connections we form. If this resonates with you, comment, "Awesome." A privilege, not a right. But here's something important to remember. Just because she invites you into her space doesn't mean you should take it for granted. On the contrary, you should see it as a privilege, respect it, appreciate it, because when a woman lets you into her world, it's never just about a place, it's about the trust she's placing in you. Are you truly present? When she invites you into her personal space, it's not just a casual gesture, it's a privilege that not everyone is offered. But the real question is, are you reciprocating by being fully present, or are you too distracted by your own thoughts to notice the gift she's giving you? In the philosophy of Stoicism, mindfulness and awareness of the moment are essential. As Epictetus wisely said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." So when you're in her space, listen beyond just words. Pay attention to what's unspoken, how she moves, the tone of her voice, the things she chooses to share with you. These subtle details speak volumes about her comfort and affection for you. The emotional openness that comes with trust in her personal space, she may feel safe enough to open up in ways she wouldn't in a public setting. This is where you might hear her talk about her dreams and aspirations, her fears and insecurities, childhood memories she rarely shares. If she's trusting you with these deeper thoughts, it's a powerful sign that she sees you as someone significant. Now ask yourself, am I truly listening with my full attention? Am I engaged in this moment or just going through the motions? Being fully present in her world doesn't just strengthen your connection, it also aligns with the principles of Stoicism. Honoring her personal space means showing her that you value what she has to say and, more importantly, who she is. Balance. The key to a high-value presence. In these moments, she's at her most genuine, not trying to impress anyone, just being herself. And that's why it's so important to honor these invitations with balance. Are you showing up as your best self, grounded and present? Or are you letting your guard down too much and becoming careless with the space she's offering? Stoicism teaches us that a high-value man remains calm and composed, yet open and receptive. As you spend time in her world, reflect on this. Are you adding value to her space, or are you just a visitor passing through? The goal isn't just to be there, it's to enhance her life in a meaningful way. The difference between a fleeting moment and a lasting bond. So let's bring it all together. When a woman invites you into her personal space, it's a sign that you matter to her. But don't take it for granted. Are you fully aware of the significance of this gesture? Are you paying attention to what she's showing you, both through her actions and the world she's created around her? The greatest connections happen when 2 people feel truly seen and understood. And here's the big question. Are you ready to be the kind of man who not only steps into her space but also values and honors it? That answer could be the difference between a fleeting moment and a lasting bond, because at the heart of Stoicism is this truth. Real relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and trust, and these qualities can only thrive when both people feel safe to be their authentic selves. 7. When she talks about her past relationships. When a woman chooses to open up about her past relationships, it's not just small talk, it's a sign of trust. Think about it. Why would anyone share their most vulnerable stories unless they saw real potential in you? By telling you about the good, the bad, and everything in between, she's doing more than just revisiting old memories. She's inviting you to understand her journey, where she's been and what she's learned. See her beyond just the surface, the challenges that shaped her. Recognize where she wants to go next, and whether you might be part of that future. More than just a story, a window into her hopes and fears. When she shares these personal experiences, she's not just reflecting on the past. She's letting you see the thoughts that color her present. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. She's showing you the thoughts, hopes, and maybe even fears that still shape her today. And she's trusting you to see her for who she is, not just who she used to be. How a Stoic man responds to vulnerability. When she shares these past experiences, how you react matters. A man grounded in Stoicism doesn't judge, criticize, or try to fix things. Instead, he listens without attachment or ego, seeks to understand rather than respond, appreciates the trust she's offering rather than questioning it. Because in the end, she's not just telling you about her past, she's showing you the depth of trust she's willing to place in you, and how you handle that trust will determine whether your connection deepens or fades away. The power of what you can control. One of the key principles of Stoicism is learning to separate what we can control from what we cannot. Her past, that's something you can't change, but what you can do is understand how it shaped the person she is today. It's not just about listening to the details of her past relationships. It's about recognizing the emotional weight behind them. The fact that she feels safe enough to share these personal experiences shows that she sees you as a high-value man, someone strong enough to witness her scars without flinching. And in today's world, where so many relationships feel shallow and transactional, such authenticity is rare. Modern life is filled with distractions and surface-level interactions, but when someone opens up to you in this way, they're offering you something real. This is the essence of true fulfillment, not from fleeting pleasures, but from deep, meaningful connections. How will you respond? When a woman entrusts you with her past, how you respond matters. It's not enough to just sit and listen. You must also reflect that trust back. A high-value man doesn't shy away from vulnerability. He meets it with wisdom and patience. This is your moment to show her that. You're not just there for the good times. You can handle the truth of who she is without judgment. You recognize that everyone has a past, but what matters is how they've grown from it. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So don't get caught up analyzing the details of her past relationships. Instead, focus on what her openness says about the future she might want with you. Her willingness to talk about her past is a sign that she values honesty, growth, and emotional depth, all qualities that are essential for a lasting relationship. And it's also a reminder that everyone has baggage, but what defines your character is how you carry it. Is she testing? If you're ready for something real? By sharing these personal stories, she's essentially asking you, are you capable of something real? Can you meet her openness with trust and presence? If you embrace this moment with understanding, patience, and emotional resilience, you'll strengthen the connection between you. And in doing so, you won't just be building a meaningful relationship, you'll also be aligning yourself with a deeper sense of fulfillment that Stoicism teaches, the happiness that comes from genuine human connection. 8. When she shares her deepest fears. When a woman opens up to you about her biggest fears, it's not just casual conversation, it's a rare and powerful moment of trust. These aren't the small worries of daily life, these are the thoughts that keep her awake at night. By choosing to reveal this part of herself to you, she's sending a clear message. I trust you enough to handle this part of me. And in a world where vulnerability is often mistaken for weakness, this level of openness is something truly special. More than just words. A silent request for support. When she shares her fears, she's not just letting you in, she's also, in a way, asking for understanding and reassurance. She's telling you that she sees you as someone she can lean on, someone who won't judge or dismiss her emotions, someone who will make her feel safe in a way that few people do. And in that moment, your role isn't to fix everything or offer solutions. Instead, she needs your presence. She needs patience, steadiness, and the quiet reassurance that you're there. Think about a time in your own life when you had to share something deeply personal. Maybe it was a fear of failure, an insecurity, or a painful experience you rarely speak about. Who did you choose to confide in, and why? Was it because they had all the answers? Or was it because they made you feel safe just by being there? Being her steady presence. When a woman opens up about her deepest fears, she's not asking you to fix them. She's not looking for quick solutions or grand promises. What she truly needs is emotional support. To know that when her emotions feel unsteady, you're the rock she can rely on. I once had a friend who told me that the most meaningful relationship she ever had wasn't with a man who tried to solve all her problems. Instead, he simply listened. He didn't rush to fix things or dismiss her concerns. He didn't overwhelm her with advice. What he gave her was far more valuable, his quiet, unwavering presence. And that made all the difference. What does trust really mean? Now take a moment and ask yourself, what does it truly mean when someone trusts you with their biggest fears? How would you feel if you were the one sharing something deeply personal, hoping for understanding? This isn't just a random conversation, it's a window into her world. How you respond matters. Your reaction will either strengthen the bond you share or chip away at the trust she's placed in you. The Stoic approach: be her anchor. As a high-value man with a Stoic mindset, your role isn't to panic or brush off her concerns. Instead, you are her safe space. You provide calm reassurance. You show empathy without judgment. You let her know that she's not alone in whatever she's facing. This is how you deepen your connection with her. This is how you become someone she looks up to as a source of strength and stability. The lesson? Simplicity is power. It's simple but powerful. When a woman shares her deepest fears, she's giving you a rare glimpse into her heart. She's telling you, you matter to me. Not everyone gets that level of trust, so don't rush to fix everything. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just be present, listen, and stand by her side as she faces her own battles. Because in the end, the man who offers quiet strength and unwavering support is the man she will never forget. That's the true essence of Stoic masculinity and what it really means to be a man of real value. 9. When she shares her embarrassing moments. When a woman shares her most embarrassing moments with you, it's more than just a funny story. It's a huge sign of trust. Think about it. We all have awkward moments we'd rather forget. Most people go to great lengths to hide those moments because they want to maintain a certain image and to seem confident, put together, or in control. So when she opens up and laughs at herself with you, it means she's letting her guard down. She's comfortable enough to be real. She trusts you to accept her as she is. That's not something everyone gets to see. What does this mean for you? She's not trying to impress you with perfection. Instead, she's choosing to be herself around you. And as Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. So what does that mean here? It means not just listening to her stories passively, but truly understanding what they represent. She's showing you her authentic self, trusting that you won't judge her for the little slip-ups and awkward moments. That level of honesty is rare and valuable. The Stoic perspective: embrace imperfection. One of the core principles of Stoicism is accepting people as they are, without judgment. A high-value man doesn't ridicule or mock. He understands that true confidence comes from embracing vulnerability. Ask yourself this: how do you react when someone shares an embarrassing moment with you? Do you laugh with them, or do you secretly judge? Your response matters. Because the way you react to these moments will either build or break the trust she places in you. If you can listen, laugh along with her, and make her feel safe in her imperfections, you're showing her that you're worth confiding in. You're not just there for the perfect moments, but for the real, raw ones too. You see past the little slip-ups and value the person she is. And let's be honest, we've all had embarrassing moments. What matters isn't hiding them, but having the confidence to own them. And when she sees that you're someone who can embrace those moments with her without making her feel small, she'll know you're a man worth keeping around. That's the kind of connection that lasts. The power of vulnerability in connection. Not everyone feels safe enough to share their embarrassing moments. So if she's opening up to you, that's something special. She's letting you into her inner world, the unfiltered, unpolished version of herself that not everyone gets to see, and that's a big deal. This brings up a deeper question. Are you creating an environment where people feel comfortable being themselves around you? As the wise Stoic teachers have said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Think about that for a second. When someone opens up to you, are you truly listening? Or are you just waiting for your turn to talk? Are you creating a space of judgment, or are you responding with understanding and empathy? The Stoic approach to connection. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is accepting reality as it is, including the imperfections in ourselves and others. This doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means recognizing that true connection isn't about finding someone flawless, but about appreciating someone despite their flaws. Sharing embarrassing stories may seem trivial on the surface, but in reality, it's a powerful indicator of trust. It means she's starting to see you as someone who won't hold her mistakes against her, will accept her as she is without judgment, is a safe place in a world full of critics. And that's rare. Trust is a two-way street. If she's showing you the sides of herself that she normally keeps hidden, it's a clear sign you've made an impact on her. But here's something to consider. Are you also being open with her? Or are you still holding back, trying to maintain a certain image? Trust isn't a one-way street. It's built on reciprocity. If she's opening up to you, are you offering your own vulnerabilities in return? Or are you keeping up a polished front, afraid to let her see the real you? The strength in imperfection. This is one of the most valuable Stoic life lessons. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond. You can't force someone to trust you, but you can create a space where they feel safe to do so. But if you can appreciate them when they're vulnerable, when they're being real, then you're building something that has the potential to last. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, finding strength not in perfection, but in embracing the imperfect reality of life and relationships. The little moments that matter most. In the end, it's not the perfectly curated moments that create the strongest bonds. It's the unguarded laughter, the shared cringes, the inside jokes born from awkward memories. So the next time she shares an embarrassing story with you, don't just laugh it off. Instead, recognize the trust behind it. And if you really want to deepen the connection, take it a step further. Ask her, what did you learn from that moment? After all, Stoic life lessons teach us that even the smallest experiences have something to offer. So what have you learned from your own awkward moments? And how can those lessons help you become a better partner, a better listener, a better person? 10. When she talks about a future with you. When a woman starts bringing up the future and you're in it, it's not just small talk, it's one of the clearest signs that you're special to her. Maybe she mentions upcoming plans, a trip she'd like to take with you, or even subtly hints at the idea of moving in together. But make no mistake, these aren't random thoughts, they're signals. When she talks about a future with you, when a woman starts mentioning future plans that include you, whether it's upcoming trips, shared experiences, or even casual what-if conversation, she's signaling something important. She's envisioning a life with you. For men who embrace Stoic principles, it's crucial to recognize that in relationships, just like in life, actions and intentions often speak louder than words. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And when her thoughts are filled with plans that include you, it's a clear sign that your presence has become an essential part of her future. Stoic happiness, balancing the present and future. Stoic wisdom teaches us to focus on the present and accept life as it comes, but that doesn't mean ignoring the natural evolution of a relationship. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to overlook subtle signals, especially when someone is revealing their deeper emotions and commitment. If she shares her dreams, aspirations, and future plans with you, it means she values your relationship. She sees you as someone she can build something meaningful with. She's emotionally invested in you. This is where modern Stoicism comes into play. A high-value man understands the balance between what is and what could be. He doesn't get swept up in unrealistic fantasies, nor does he dismiss genuine moments of connection. Instead, he embraces the opportunity to grow together with her at a steady, mindful pace. How a high-value man responds. The fact that she's opening up about the future is significant. It means she trusts you. It means she already sees you as someone worth keeping around. So how should you respond? Stay grounded, appreciate the moment without feeling rushed or pressured. Acknowledge her hints. If you feel the same way, let her know. Don't shy away. If commitment scares you, ask yourself why. Are you afraid of the future or just unsure of what you want? Be intentional. A true Stoic doesn't make impulsive promises. He considers his path carefully. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. And in this case, you can control how you respond to her vulnerability. If you feel aligned with her vision, this could be the beginning of something truly lasting. A rare sign of real connection. In a world where relationships often move fast and fizzle out just as quickly, it's rare for someone to openly discuss a shared future. It means she sees you as reliable. She trusts you to be part of her long-term journey. She's offering you a deeper level of emotional connection. This is your opportunity to apply Stoic principles in your relationship. Remain calm. Don't react impulsively. Allow things to unfold naturally. You don't need to jump to conclusions, nor do you need to make promises you're unsure about. Instead, Embrace her openness as a chance to reflect on your own desires. A high-value man thinks and acts with purpose. Ultimately, when a woman includes you in her future, she's not just making small talk. She's giving you an invitation to deepen your bond. She's not just talking about the next few months. She's talking about a life where you play a central role. This is your chance to build something meaningful together, not by obsessing over the future, not by rushing into things, but by being present, appreciating what you have, and nurturing the relationship as it unfolds. Because true Stoic happiness is about balance, living fully in the moment while being aware of the possibilities that lie ahead. So if she's opening up to you, cherish that. Show her that you take it seriously. Show her that you appreciate her trust. Show her that you're just as intentional about what lies ahead. And if you found this insight valuable, make sure to like the video, share it with others who could benefit, and subscribe to Win Stoic. Turn on notifications so you never miss upcoming content on how to elevate your life and relationships. Because becoming a high-value man starts with understanding and applying these lessons. See you in the next video. 7 stupid, simple ways to drive her nuts about you. It's a sign you're special to her, but that's just the beginning. Recognizing these subtle signals of attraction is only the first step. If you truly want to deepen the connection and make her think about you constantly, you need to master a few simple but powerful strategies. In fact, there are 7 ridiculously simple ways that every high-value man must know to captivate her mind, fuel her desire, and leave a lasting impact. These Stoic life lessons won't just strengthen your relationship, they'll also elevate your confidence and help you understand what truly makes a man irresistible. Let's start with the first one. 1. Hold her accountable before disrespect escalates. One of the biggest mistakes men make, letting disrespect slide until it becomes unbearable. They ignore the small jabs, the subtle dismissals, the offhand remarks, until suddenly the disrespect is blatant, overwhelming, and impossible to ignore. By that point, it's too late. If you want to be a man who commands respect and keeps a woman intrigued, she needs to know that you're not afraid to hold her accountable at any moment. It doesn't matter if the relationship is going great or if you're going through a rough patch. Boundaries should always be clear. If you ignore disrespect, you're not just allowing it, you're signaling that it's acceptable. If you let things slide, she starts to lose respect for you. And once respect fades, so does attraction. Why holding her accountable increases attraction? Women feel safe and secure when they're with a man who isn't afraid to call things out. Think about it. If you can't even stand up for yourself, how can she trust you to protect her in serious situations? If she acts out and you stay silent, how can she believe you'll defend your values when it truly matters? Women are highly perceptive. They know when they're pushing the limits. They know when they're testing you. And if she's been with a man who set clear boundaries, she'll immediately recognize when you're not doing the same. And that's when respect starts to erode. She starts thinking, other men wouldn't let me get away with this. The moment she realizes you're willing to tolerate anything just to stay in her good graces, she stops seeing you as a strong, desirable man and starts categorizing you as someone who will sacrifice his dignity just for the chance to be near her. The danger of being the pity option. Once respect fades, affection starts to feel forced. She might still engage with you, but not out of real desire, rather out of habit, convenience, or even pity. And trust me, no man should settle for being the last resort. You don't want pity affection. You don't want a relationship where she's just going through the motions. You don't want to be with someone who offers intimacy out of obligation rather than passion. You need to ask yourself, am I okay with being in a relationship built on pity? A high-value man seeks a relationship filled with genuine respect and enthusiasm. He wants a partner who is excited to be with him, not one who is just tolerating his presence. If you ever find yourself settling for less, it's time to look in the mirror and ask, am I truly living up to my potential? A woman is most attracted to a man who respects himself. A woman is drawn to a man who values himself enough to demand respect. And remember, this isn't about controlling her or being confrontational. It's about setting a standard of mutual respect. It's about having the self-respect to say, I won't tolerate being treated this way. It's about embodying the strength of a man who knows his worth. It's about creating a relationship dynamic where both people feel valued and appreciated. What would a Stoic man do? Think about Stoicism today and how it teaches men to remain grounded and true to their values. Would a Stoic man allow disrespect to go unchecked? Would he compromise his principles just to avoid conflict? Absolutely not. A true Stoic stands firm in his values. A high-value man sets the tone for how he deserves to be treated. And in doing so, he commands the deepest level of respect, attraction, and admiration from the women in his life. The takeaway:
if you let disrespect slide, it will grow. If you set clear boundaries, respect and attraction will deepen. The choice is yours. Are you going to compromise your standards just to keep the peace? Or are you going to set the bar high and let the right woman rise to meet you? This is just one of the 7 stupid, simple ways to drive her crazy for you. Want to know the rest? The power of self-control. How mastering your desires makes you irresistible. A Stoic man remains calm, firm, and principled, even in the face of challenging situations. So the next time you encounter disrespect, don't hesitate to address it firmly and respectfully. By doing so, you not only preserve your self-respect, but also strengthen your connection with her, one built on mutual understanding and deep respect. Now ask yourself, how does maintaining this balance shape your relationship? Can you see how facing issues head-on leads to a more fulfilling and stoic form of happiness? Every action you take defines the boundaries of your relationship. Set them wisely and with purpose, and you'll see respect and attraction grow in ways you never imagined. Comment, I agree, if you resonate with this perspective, or I don't think so, if you see it differently. Mastering your desires. A game changer in attraction. One of the most powerful yet overlooked ways to make her absolutely crazy about you is by mastering your desires, especially your lust. Now let's be clear. This isn't about suppressing your attraction or denying your natural feelings. It's about cultivating sexual discipline, elevating yourself above the men who are enslaved by their urges. Think of it this way. A man controlled by his lust is like a ship without a captain, drifting aimlessly in the stormy seas of desire. No woman truly respects a man who is easily swayed, who appears desperate or weak. Why women lose interest in men who lack control. The harsh truth: most women see these men as nothing more than temporary distractions, their playthings, their fleeting entertainment, their background noise in a world full of desperate attention seekers. Take a look at social media. Instagram models with inflated egos fueled by likes and comments. This isn't their fault. It's the fault of men who have handed them that power. When you allow yourself to be easily swayed by desire, you lower your value in her eyes. You become just another name in her notifications, just another like, just another faceless admirer, blending into the crowd of men vying for her attention. The worst part? It's not just your value in her eyes that suffers, it's your own self-respect. True strength lies in self-control. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you control your desires, you elevate yourself to a new level of respect and admiration. Suddenly, you're not just another guy doing backflips to impress her. You become the man who could take it or leave it. And that, Gentlemen, is exactly what drives women wild. How the power dynamic shifts in your favor. Why does this work? Because you've just flipped the script. Now, you're the one in control. Now, your time and energy are valuable. Now, she wants to prove her worth to you. The game has changed. She is now the one seeking your validation. She is now the one wanting your attention. And this isn't about playing games. It's about genuinely understanding your worth and refusing to settle for anything less. When you master Stoic detachment, she has to meet your standards, not the other way around. She's willing to do more, show more, be more, just to earn your affection. The secret to a high-value mindset attraction and relationship leverage always come down to one thing: maintaining your frame. Your value doesn't come from her approval. It comes from your self-discipline and self-respect. Women are naturally drawn to this kind of confidence. They respect men who aren't desperate for validation. They admire men who don't need to chase women to feel like men. They desire men who channel their energy into personal growth, fitness, and self-improvement. These are the men you see in the gym daily, sculpting their bodies, minds, and spirits, mastering their skills, learning, evolving, becoming unstoppable, unbothered by fleeting temptations, focused on their mission. And because they carry themselves with quiet strength, they don't need to hug every woman they meet or desperately seek affection. Why? Because they already know their worth. The man she respects and desires. The man who commands a woman's deepest respect and desire is the man who doesn't need to chase her to feel fulfilled, is comfortable in his own skin, understands his worth, and makes sure she understands it too. The man she can't resist, why your time should always be earned.
A woman who wants to be a part of your life needs to bring more to the table than just a pretty face. As the great teachers once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The less you need, the more powerful you become. By mastering self-discipline, reducing neediness, and shifting your mindset to want less, you instantly become more valuable, not just to women, but to the world. So start today. Embrace this Stoic mindset. Take control of your mind and desires. Watch how the world, and the women in it, start seeing you differently. How to make her desire you more. If you want to drive her absolutely crazy about you, she must always feel the need to compete for your time and attention. Now let's be clear, this doesn't mean ignoring her or neglecting her needs. It means ensuring she never feels like she has all of you. Regardless of how long you've been together, your presence should feel like a privilege, not a given. Think about it. If she knows she has unlimited access to you, where's the thrill? If she never feels the challenge, where's the excitement? When a woman senses that she must continually earn your time and affection, it keeps the relationship alive, vibrant, and full of energy. My experience, the power of limited access. For me, I have a main girl, but we only see each other on weekends. My schedule is fixed, Saturday night to Monday morning. This isn't a temporary phase, it's a long-term strategy. Why? Because a man who is truly irresistible is always on a journey, always working on something that fuels his passion and ambition. The moment you become too available, too predictable, the mystery fades. You become routine, and with routine comes boredom, and nothing kills attraction faster than boredom. Why predictability is the death of desire. A predictable man is a boring man, and a boring man is not someone a woman goes crazy over. Excitement, uncertainty, challenge. These are the sparks that ignite desire. Call it what you want. Some might even label it as toxic, but this is just human nature. Women are naturally drawn to men who keep them on their toes, aren't an open book, challenge them mentally and emotionally. Now let's be clear, this isn't about playing games or treating her poorly. This is about maintaining a level of unpredictability in your behavior, your plans, your intentions. because the moment she feels like she has you completely, the mystery is gone, the secret to a high-value mindset. Being with you should not be a right, it should be a privilege that she earns through her own actions and commitment. The most attractive men are the ones who have their own life, pursue their own passions, stay focused on their own journey. She needs to see that your world doesn't revolve around her. And if she wants to be a part of your life, she must add value to it. This isn't about manipulation, it's about creating a healthy balance where both partners continuously invest in the relationship. She values your attention because it's not given too easily. The relationship stays exciting, alive, and full of passion. How to keep the spark alive? Ask yourself, how do you maintain mystery and excitement in your relationship? How do you ensure she feels like she needs to win you over every day? Stoic happiness isn't about playing games or being aloof. It's about understanding desire. It's about creating a connection that keeps evolving. By keeping her on her toes, you don't just create intrigue, you ensure that the relationship continues to grow. A woman who feels like she needs to compete for your time is a woman who will never take you for granted. She will appreciate your presence more. She will respect your time. She will put in the effort to keep the relationship thriving. Be the man she's obsessed with. Stay focused on your own journey. Pursue your own goals. And let her see that being with you is a journey worth taking. Because when a woman feels this way, she won't just be with you, she'll be obsessed with you. The truth about attraction. Why being unpredictable keeps her hooked? Let us know your thoughts. Your feedback fuels us to bring you more insights into the Stoic mindset. Because mastering attraction isn't just about emotions, it's about understanding psychology at its core. Now I know some of you might resist this idea, but I want to make love to her to show my affection. Let's be real, gentlemen. If you've ever flipped through a romance novel, not the Hollywood-style fairy tale love stories, but the ones women secretly devour, you'll see a very different picture. The truth is, women aren't longing for soft, predictable romance. They crave excitement, passion. A touch of the unpredictable. Think about the men they fantasize about. The rugged, confident man who knows what he wants and isn't afraid to take it. That's what they desire. Not some overly sentimental, script-following, hopeless romantic. Why soft, predictable love pushes her away? Women are wired to seek thrill and excitement, that edge that keeps their adrenaline pumping. When you start indulging in all that mushy, lovey-dovey stuff, when you always follow the predictable, good guy approach, you're opening the door for her mind to wander. Wander where? To Chad, the muscular guy at the gym who exudes raw masculinity, to Tyrone, who walks with unshakable confidence and purpose. It's instinctual. When a woman starts fantasizing about someone else, you lose her bit by bit. You can sense it, can't you? That moment when her attention drifts, when her excitement dulls. It's only a matter of time before she's emotionally or physically drawn to another man. The fatal mistake. Making love the wrong way. Here's the hard truth. Making love, at least in the conventional sense, isn't your best strategy. You don't want to be her bedtime story. You want to be her intense, electrifying escape. The man she turns to when she craves something raw, something powerful, something primal. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding attraction on a fundamental level. Women don't want the soft approach all the time. They want to feel alive. They want to be challenged. They want to be with a man who makes their heart race. Sure, there might be moments when she needs comfort, when she's vulnerable, and that's when gentleness has its place. But even then, keep it minimal, keep it rare, because at her core, she doesn't just want comfort, she wants intensity. Why women crave a man who's both a challenge and a comfort? This isn't about disrespect or being crude, it's about tapping into psychological and emotional reality. Any man who truly understands women, who sees what makes them tick, will tell you the same thing. Women are drawn to a man who is both a challenge and a comfort. They need that intensity. They desire that passion. They respect a man who knows his value. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Think like a man who is strong, confident, unapologetically himself. That's the energy your interactions will reflect. And that, my friend, is what women are drawn to. Understanding what women truly desire. Don't believe me? Read the books they read. Study their fantasies. See where you fit into that picture. This isn't about faking it. It's about truly understanding what drives attraction at its core. When you learn this, you're not just playing a role. You're embodying a powerful Stoic life lesson, understanding desire. Not being swayed by superficial norms, holding firm to what you know women truly crave. And that's what makes a man irresistible. That's what keeps her coming back for more. So be that man, unshakable, confident, fully aware of what drives true attraction. That's the secret, gentlemen. That's how you drive her absolutely nuts about you. Why most men get it wrong. Most men, especially those who lack confidence or feel unsure of their value, fall into predictable patterns. They shower her with affection, gifts, and attention like clockwork. They think consistency alone will keep her interested. But here's the problem. This predictability kills excitement. Women crave spontaneity. They thrive on thrilling uncertainty. They want to feel like you're a prize worth chasing. So how do you tap into this? How to keep her hooked without being predictable? Be romantic, but unexpectedly. Surprise her when she least expects it. Keep her guessing so she never takes you for granted. Think about it. Which moment will stick in her mind longer? Scenario 1. Every Friday night, like clockwork, you bring her flowers and tell her she's beautiful. Or, Scenario 2. One night, completely out of nowhere, you whisper something bold in her ear and disappear into the night, leaving her craving more. That's the difference between being predictable and unforgettable. The power of unpredictable romance. Keep her hooked and excited. She's been there for you, cooking your favorite meals, giving you those much-needed back rubs after a long day, standing by your side, supporting you in ways that truly matter. And then, out of nowhere, you say, "Pack your bags, we're going to Europe this weekend." Guess what? I've planned a little getaway for us, just you and me, all expenses paid. That kind of unexpected romance, it's intoxicating. It drives her wild, because it's not just a grand gesture, it's something she feels she has earned through her love, care, and commitment to you. Why this works, the secret to meaningful romance. This isn't about being flashy or reckless with money. It's about creating moments that stir emotion, moments she'll treasure because they feel genuine and meaningful. Women love romance, that's no secret. But what they don't love is when it becomes routine, predictable, something they can mark on their calendar. When romance turns into just another to-do list item, it loses its magic. The key is spontaneity. When a woman is genuinely contributing to your life, when she's showing her value and bringing her best self to the table, that's when you surprise her. And here's the thing, it doesn't have to be grand or expensive every time. Sometimes the smallest gestures. A handwritten note tucked into her bag, a surprise picnic at sunset, an unexpected passionate kiss in the middle of a conversation, are the ones that mean the most, because what really matters is making her feel cherished. The difference between generosity and being a simp. Let's be very clear about something. Being generous or romantic does not make you a simp. A simp is someone who gives everything away without requiring effort in return. if you're constantly showering her with gifts, attention, and affection, without her earning it or showing any commitment, she might appreciate it momentarily, but over time, that lack of challenge will make her lose interest. Why? Because effort creates value. When something is earned, it's cherished. When something is given too easily, it's taken for granted. This isn't about withholding love. It's about ensuring that your affection is matched with effort and sincerity from her side, too. The red pill isn't about being cold. It's about balance. A lot of people misunderstand the red pill philosophy. It's not about being cold or cruel to women, acting distant just to create false mystery. It is about understanding relationship dynamics, recognizing that mutual respect comes from balance, giving her something to strive for. When a woman knows she has to earn your affection, when she sees that your acts of love and generosity are a reflection of her effort, she will value you far more than if you just give endlessly without her reciprocating. That's why men who constantly chase, give, and appease end up losing the spark. If you're always buying her gifts, if you're always trying to impress her without her showing commitment, if you're always available, giving and seeking validation, she might like it for a while, but eventually she'll get bored. On the other hand, if you're the kind of man who knows when to be generous, when to surprise, and when to challenge her, if you understand the value of unpredictability, if you know how to keep her guessing, thinking, and engaged, then you're the kind of man who holds her attention effortlessly. So, ask yourself, are you too predictable in your romance? Are you giving too much without ensuring it's earned? Consider the power of surprise, because those unexpected moments, the ones she never saw coming, are what keep a relationship thrilling, passionate, and deeply connected. The mindset of a high-value man, handling jealousy, like a Stoic. Now, let's talk about another area where men trip up, jealousy. At its core, jealousy is insecurity. It's when you doubt your worth, fear she might find someone better, obsess over what she's doing when you're not around. But here's the truth. Showing jealousy doesn't make you look protective. It makes you look insecure. It's like saying, "I'm not sure I'm good enough for you, so I'm worried you'll leave." That is not the Stoic mindset we're aiming for. A high-value man, someone who embodies the wisdom of Stoicism, knows his worth. He doesn't need to constantly check up on his partner to feel secure. Now, let's be clear, this doesn't mean you tolerate disrespect. If she's openly flirting with another guy in front of you, if she's crossing boundaries that violate the trust between you, that's not jealousy, that's disrespect. And a strong man doesn't tolerate disrespect. Instead of being reactive and insecure, a high-value man sets clear boundaries, communicates with confidence, not fear, knows he is irreplaceable, and won't chase a woman who doesn't value him. Women are drawn to a man who is solid, unshaken by emotional ups and downs, firm in his self-worth. That's what keeps her hooked, not begging, not pleading, not insecurity disguised as passion, unshakable confidence. That's the energy that drives women crazy. A high-value man does not entertain disrespect. If she steps out of line, you don't get emotional, you don't argue, you don't start a fight, you simply walk away. No need for drama, no need for validation. A calm, "It was nice knowing you," as you show her the door is all it takes. That's the Stoic mindset, focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. Jealousy is a losing game. Jealousy, that's a different story, and it's a game you should never play. Snooping through her phone, interrogating her about where she's been, overanalyzing every little thing. It's wasted energy. It's insecurity in action. A woman respects a man who is so focused on his purpose that he has no time to play detective. Think about it. Why waste energy wondering what she's up to when you could be becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts loyalty and respect? Be the man who doesn't chase. He leads. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The same applies here. Stop overthinking her actions. Stop seeking constant reassurance. Instead, live your life in a way that makes her never want to look elsewhere. And if she does, let her go. No drama, no begging, no chasing, because you know your worth. She will be the one regretting her choices. The key to a Stoic approach in relationships: a strong man doesn't tolerate disrespect, but he also doesn't act out of anger or fear. Instead, he responds with calm certainty because he values himself too much to accept anything less. This isn't about being passive. It's not about letting things slide. It's about being so confident in who you are that you don't need to seek validation or play emotional games. If she crosses the line, you walk away. No hesitation, no second guessing. That's what real power looks like. Are you living the Stoic path? Next time you feel the urge to question what she's doing or who she's with, ask yourself, am I acting from strength or insecurity? Am I leading my own life, or am I chasing hers? Because the best way to make a woman obsessed with you is to show that you are unshakable. A man so focused on his growth and purpose doesn't need to control or monitor anyone else. Are you ready to embody this mindset and live as a high-value man? Drop your thoughts below, or just type Stoic happiness if you're on this journey with us. Let's grow together. Walk away at least once. It's a game changer. In life, demonstrating your willingness to walk away, even just once, can be one of the most powerful moves you make, because no woman, no matter how drawn she is to you, will ever truly respect or love you if she senses that you will never walk away. At some point, she will test your resolve. Even the most feminine, supportive women do this. It's natural. That moment is critical because it's when you must prove that your principles come first. She might disrespect you, push your boundaries, challenge your strength, your response. Walk away. For many women, this is enough. A single moment of standing firm can solidify your value in her eyes. For others, especially those who constantly test the waters, you may need to show your willingness to leave more than once. And that's okay, because a man who values himself will always be a man that is valued in return. The truth about walking away: some women might see a man's departure as a game, a test to see if they can lure him back, a way to measure their power over him. But here's the reality: you don't want to play that game. You're not looking for someone who thrives on power struggles or emotional roller coasters. You want a woman who respects a strong, stoic man, a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to enforce his boundaries. When you walk away, mean it. If she crosses the line and you decide to walk away, it's final. It's not about waiting for her to beg for you back. It's not about counting the days of no contact, hoping she misses you. That's not true strength, that's just a tactic. True stoic confidence means walking away and never looking back. A woman can sense when a man is firm in his decisions. And when she knows that disrespecting you means losing you for good, she'll think twice before testing your boundaries again. This certainty in your actions is what makes you a high-value man. Someone who commands respect through what he does, not just what he says. This applies to every area of your life. Think beyond relationships. How often do you let small disrespects slide in daily life, at work, with friends, even with family, because you fear losing someone's approval? Imagine this. A colleague keeps undermining you or taking credit for your work. You address it calmly and professionally, but it keeps happening. Do you just accept it? Or do you stand your ground and make it clear you won't tolerate disrespect? The principle is the same. Walking away or choosing to disengage from people who don't respect your boundaries is a sign of strength, self-worth, and emotional intelligence. It tells the world, I value myself too much to tolerate this. Strength earns respect in every relationship. In love, in friendships, in business, people respect those who are willing to walk away rather than compromise their values